piece there, which is the right dimensions. Now what we want to do is put it back on top of your drawing. And line her back up nice and straight to where you had her. Now what you're going to do here is take your knife, put that down nice, and lightly score your lines into it. These lines are where you're going to bend it. You're going to have to heat it later, and I'll show you how to do that. It's very simple. Try to get these as straight as you can. You're going to be using them as guidelines later. I don't know how well you can see that on camera. Now we got little score lines correspond with that. Okay, now what you want to do is once your solder, whatever people call it, that's warmed up to the right temperature. Grab your piece here, and if you're like me and you got a little workbench here, it's very handy. If not, you don't really need one, but it certainly helps out. So first, put in the ends. Put in the first end to the first line and clamp it on the line. Make sure it's on the line. Move this, maybe you can see. I don't know if you can see or not. It's kind of hard for me to see. So, then if you have one, grab your square and make sure she is square and she is good. And what you want to do is take this and slowly, if it's already hot, you might not need to take a long time, but as you're bending, rub it along it, heat it up. It's really a lot better if you have slow heat instead of fast hot heat. You don't want it to do it too much. Alright, good thing about Plexi, it cools down pretty quick. So now take out your other end. You want to bend it right, make sure you're bending it all right. So what I like to do first is do my ends. These are the parts that connect into the GoPro. So remember, use your square. This one's not perfect. One more. Good. Alright. Now these two bend both the same way. Really hard to get these two at the end if you do it, so I suggest you do it at the beginning. Sometimes you can blow on it to help it cool down, because you don't want it to get too hot. Like I said, then it will melt right off. Always be careful around these two. 1 second will hurt you. So now we got the two ends. What you want to do is everything now folds up around. So I'm going to put that back in. Same thing, go over on the other side. Just on the other side. Don't take it long. Maybe don't get too hot. Same thing the other time. You feel like you're waiting to stick more off. I got hungry on this one. To be honest, I'm doing essence of the it's just the size of the thing, but using it right now, so can't do that really. So, no, it's sticking in the wall. Finished one. So now what you want to do is these tabs here, you want to round them off. Make them easy to slide into your connections on your GoPro. Drill the holes in there. Make them big enough for what I like to do. You can use this and pull them apart or else they'll stick. And what you can do is take your knife what you also want to do is once you get your GoPro in there inside your case, you can see where your button is. Now you can use a file, go in there, ream it out, boom, you got your on button or a start stop button. Then you got here for your Wi-Fi. Remember, just put your GoPro inside and hold it in there, and then you could just on the outside take your pen and on this now if you want, you can use the same plexi, or you can use different if you choose. You do. Now, take your thing, bring it in, and you can use this. You can use this as a back and just glue this on, trim it off. Simple enough. So as you took the plexiglass and we melted it, bent it into shape. You seen that? And then after that, we put in the little holes just to make sure all the holes connect. And then once you put a backing on it, put some foam. I use the black stuff here. You can get this foam at a dollar store. It's about $1 for a pack of like 7 sheets. It's really thin, shock absorbent. It's good. If I line the bottom and the back so it doesn't fall out the back. If it has, it's nice and snug when it goes in there after I put the pads anyways. But there is no but. It works fine. You want to cut out a hole you don't want to seal this. It gets really hot real fast, so you want to make sure there's an opening. And that's it. Simple.